Good morning. The new year is just around the corner and we're celebrating with a feast of fabulous food. This is Saturday Kitchen. Welcome to the show. Now here with me to celebrate Saturday Kitchen favourites Jose Pizarro, Freddie Bird and, of course, Olly Smith. Good morning, all.
Morning, Matt.
New year just around the corner. You excited?
Yep.
So looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say.
You're going to have a little Spanish New Year?
No, it's going to be, I think, in London.
Really?
Yep. And just celebrating.
A few fireworks?
I hope so.
Very
I love
nice.
fireworks.
Let's have some fireworks on the show then. What have you got for us today?
I'm going to do Wellington.
OK.
It's my interpretation of the Wellington.
OK.
And it's with mushrooms and jamón ibérico.
OK.
No steak and no pate.
Really? OK, so like a beef Wellington, but
yeah, a little bit Spanish.
But
Spanglish.
OK, righto, all right, look forward to that. Spanglish, did you say?
Spanglish, yeah.
Fred, how are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
Very good.
New Year, big one for you?
Yeah, behind the stoves probably. All
Really?
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always. That's okay.
It's lovely.
I'll be home.
It's an amazing evening to be in the kitchen.
It is. Do you know what? Actually, I prefer looking after other people on New Year.
Do you?
Yeah.
What,
I'm not
than your
great one.
family?
I love my family very much. I love to spend as much time with them as possible.
So what have you... Moving on, what have you got for us today?
I'm going to do slow-cooked ox cheeks with Pedro Jimenez and mash and some kale in there as well.
Nice. Very nice. That's very much your thing. We got any pork fat going in there?
There's no pork fat, but there is some pig's trotter in the stock to make it lovely and gelatinous and lovely.
Of course there is. Olly!
Hello.
What have you got for us today?
Well, two amazing dishes. I've gone quite Spanish. I've gone to Spain for one wine, which is filthy in the best sense of the word. It's absolutely rich, savoury,
That's
gorgeous.
the only sense, Olly.
And the other wine is so fruity, so pure, and it's emblematic of modern Spain. So they're both absolutely scrumptious.
Really? Very nice. We've also dug deep into the BBC archives for some stunning seasonal dishes from Rick Stein, the Hairy Bikers, Nigel Slater and Nigella Lawson. And, of course, our very own film this week has a bit of a New Year's twist. Now, our special guest is one of the most recognised faces in TV. She starred in top dramas like Redcap and Hotel Babylon, and now she's returned to Albert Square with some explosive storylines heading our way. Please welcome Tamzin Outhwaite. Good morning, Tamzin. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Thanks for joining us today. Yes, so...
Pleasure.
Back in EastEnders.
Yes.
And it's always a big affair, isn't it?
Christmas, New Year, yeah. There's always that thing about Christmas and New Year being miserable. Everybody says, why is it so miserable? And I think they actually did do one year a very happy episode.
Nobody watched.
And it didn't go down very well. So there must be something about people liking watching that at Christmas and New Year. So my character, yet again, is getting married at New Year.
Right.
For the second time.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Because I mean, really, in real terms, you haven't actually been in the show that long.
No.
However, you've been married a couple of times.
3 times.
Yeah, you've run off,
This will be the
come
third
back.
wedding. I've been kidnapped.
You've been
I've
busy,
been in
haven't you?
prison. Yeah, I've been pregnant. I've had a child. I've come back with the child. So, yeah, I joined 20 years ago this year.
Right.
And it just felt right to go back after 20 years of doing lots of other things.
Yeah.
And it just suits me. It's a lovely place to work. And I get home to see the kids every night.
Nice.
Important.
Very
nice.
important.
Now, listen, you're here for Food Heaven, Food Hell
Yes.
at the end of the show. What's your idea of Food Heaven?
Anything that's kind of Asian fusion, because I can't cook it. I do attempt to cook most things. So I've tried it once, but it didn't work. So like black cod, something that's kind of got that miso flavour.
Yep.
And I found it very difficult finding a food hell because I have everything I've ever eaten. There is nothing I dislike. And that's people challenge me with like jellied eels, love them.
Yeah.
Whelks, cockles, mussels, love them.
Really?
So there's nothing I've tasted that I don't like.
So, Tamsin, for the sake of this show and the format that we work with it...
I understand the format. So I've gone with something that I detest. No. It's
What's your least favourite?
orangey chocolate. To mix an orange and a dark chocolate together is...
Like that fabulous chocolate that we have in our stockings.
That. So that, for
delicious.
me, I'd eat it, but it's the taste is not my thing, no.
OK, so chocolate orange.
They shouldn't be mixed.
In your opinion.
I love an orange and I love chocolate.
OK, so look, if you get heaven, it's going to be black cod. So I'm going to pan roast black cod fillets that have been marinated in mirin and miso and sake and served with kimchi and mushroom rice on a bed of steamed Asian greens and garnished with some sesame seeds. But if Tamzin gets hell, it's going to be chocolate orange. So I'm going to fry rum and orange-infused donuts until golden, and then dust in cast sugar, and then serve them on top of a rich orange custard, hot chocolate sauce, and finish with a sprinkling of orange zest and icing sugar. Does that sound hellish?
Sounds amazing.
No, it doesn't.
I know. Sorry.
But we're not live today, so there's no online vote. So what Tamzin gets is in the hand of fate. So stay tuned to find out if it's heaven or hell. Okay, should we go and do some cooking, Jose?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Come on.
Okay, so what are we doing?
We are going to do a Wellington.
Okay.
Yeah, Wellington, but it's nothing to do with the proper Wellington. It's not beef and it's not pate there. Yeah, it's going to be mushrooms, chestnuts, very lovely in this time of the year, and can be vegetarian. But as you know, I love jamón ibérico.
Yes, you do.
And I'm going to put some jamón ibérico inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because I want to keep these people quiet.
Thanks, Slater.
It's the only way they are not going to make any question.
You're actually feeding them ham to keep them quiet.
Keep it quiet.
like
That's the
that.
good way. Yeah.
You know the way to Freddie's heart.
I'm going to put some butter.
Yeah.
As you know, I normally never cook with butter, but the butter is helping to keep the mix together.
When it's
A little bit of olive oil. As you know, I love my olive oil.
So is this the dish you've devised? Is it a celebratory dish?
You know, I just wanted to do something for my vegetarian friends, and I thought that this can be something.
Are these your ham
something
eating?
different?
Your ham eating vegetarian friends?
You know, when vegetarian, a friend of mine, bless her, I went to see her with a photographer and an old lady in the room where they cure the hams, as you know.
Yep.
And bless her, she was telling the photographer that she can eat ham because the pig eat acorns, grass, mushroom. And she was really convincing, try to convince her that the ham is vegetarian. And definitely is not. No?
Your ham is utterly delicious.
Yeah.
How do we go about selecting the world's best ham? How do we choose the best?
I think most important thing for me always is going to see the producers. And how, for the ham, for everything, for me it's so important to see who is behind. The cheese, the ham, the wines, the olive oil, I have to see them. And then when I see them, and I have to say, those pigs are very happy. You know, that area is just beautiful. It's Andalusia, that I know very well now. You know why?
Because you're researching a new book.
Exactly. Almost finished. Almost finished.
Yeah?
I'm very happy with that.
I mean, what would you say that separates that from the rest of the sort of Spain that we know?
Spain, we are lucky that we are 17 countries in one. 17 different regions, and the food is completely different. My previous book were about Catalonia and the Basque Country, and there is the north of Spain where the food is a little bit more, to say, more stews, things like that.
Yep.
Ready for the weather. As you know, the north is a little bit more, is more
a little bit cooler.
colder. South is more like people in the north. All of them are inside. You know what I mean? Because it's always raining. Where in the south, everyone wants to be outside, having a good time.
Is there one particular region that's sort of you would go to for food rather than another one? Which would be your favourite region? Or do they all offer something?
I think I cannot. It's so difficult. It's really difficult because, like we say, it's 17 countries in one.
Yeah.
And it's impossible.
So it's a silly question, really.
Exactly.
Okay.
One of your silly questions.
Another one of my silly questions.
Yeah. Just eat ham, please.
Okay.
You will keep your mouth closed. Okay,
so
we have the mushroom here.
Shallots, garlic, butter, olive oil.
That's it.
Chestnuts, mushrooms. Okay.
And now,
little salad, chicory,
you're doing the salad for me. I'm going to put some parsley. Just leave it like that to give some color. And as well, I'm going to put some breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Everything is going to help to keep the mix together. All right, like this. Of course, a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper.
Is that enough orange, Jose?
I think it's going to be
Juice?
more than enough. Yes, please. A little bit of juice, and then I think we are ready.
I'm guessing sherry vinegar or not? In here? No.
Do you know what?
Wrong guess.
Help me with something else. Can you chop something of that in small cubes, and we are going to put some olive oil. and some vinegar. And we are gonna do vinegar.
On the and this is quince, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the queen's paste. And what I'm doing, I'm gonna now do the Wellington. It's very Spanglish. Very important thing, when everything is cooked, we are gonna keep outside and cool down.
And cool it down.
Like that. And
Okay.
because we are in TV and we have the gorgeous Micaela, it's ready.
Okay. And that's called mix. So now this is now going to get wrapped in pastry, right?
That is the way. I'm gonna put some flour.
Okay. So presumably your restaurants are open for New Year.
New Year is open. The ones in Bermondsey. The one in the city, is closed. No one is gonna be
In the city.
dealing with the money New Year Eve.
Right.
Everyone is gonna be having a good time with family. Yeah, like this, and jamón.
What would be, if you're not in the restaurant, obviously, what would be your ideal New Year's?
New Year is gonna be with my partner. And hopefully we bring some friends together. I'm gonna be hopefully cooking, is what I want to do.
Right.
Open some bottled wine and just enjoy. you know?
Nice. Very
That is the-
civilized.
Yeah, it's just life is to enjoy, my friend. Okay, and now we just put the mix.
Sounds like one of your New Year's, Freddie. No?
Civilised.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
He's gonna be cooking. Now we press wall like this, and we are gonna put some more jamón.
So this is quite interesting, actually. So where would you have this? Or is this your kind of thing?
What?
I've never, little cubes of...
I just, this morning I thought I need to do something else.
Okay.
I didn't know what. I went to the kitchen, I saw the membrillo, the queen's paste, and I thought, you know what, it's gonna give some nice,
like that.
lovely
It's a nice-
sweetness to the Wellington.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, so a little bit of video. So where's this going? Inside the mix?
We are gonna put here,
Okay.
and then we'll see. You know, the most important thing
So
for
basically you don't know yet. Is that what you're saying?
that is correct.
But I like that. That's what
You
the
know
whole
what?
kind of...
For me, when
thing's
I'm,
about,
when
isn't
I'm cooking with friends, it's not about measuring. Need to be the foam, need to be blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's it, not what it's all about.
Yeah.
For me, it's all about when I'm with my friends, is
Wing it.
being together, having a good time, and that's it.
Yeah, very
Life
nice.
is too short for that.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. Jose's always about like incredible quality ingredients, wonderful provenance, and having the best time ever.
Very nice.
He knows, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so little dome,
Like that,
pastry
press
over the
wall.
top, right?
We are gonna put some egg. You don't mind? Well, I'm gonna put some water there. Like that. Just to close the pastry wall.
Okay,
Lovely.
there you go.
Thank you for that. A little bit more water. I'm making a mess here. You know. And then what else we need to do? Yeah. And just helping me, just pressing wall and just cut,
Okay.
please. Yep. And now,
Cut in
just cut around.
in an oval.
Perfecto. Easy peasy. Looking good, my friend.
Okay, I'm trying not to cut through the...
Yeah, the jamón. We need a fork to meet the... Wow. But yeah, I love New Year. I think it's, it's the great time of the year to celebrate. Like that.
And this pastry is absolutely fine, isn't it? If you just and this is this puff pastry?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so when you keep it, you need to kind of layer it on top of each other, don't you? Leave it in the fridge. That'll make nice canapes, right?
Oh, yeah. Canape, I love canape.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's lucky. So
Why?
we're doing something with them later on.
What are you talking about?
Be a nice surprise for you.
Yeah? Do you know I don't like surprise?
Well, you'll love this one.
I will love this one. Just to be with you, my darling, it's just a surprise. It's always nice. You always bring surprise to my life. Okay, straight to the oven. Pa, pa, pa. And then we have one here already that looks really, really, really good. Perfecto.
Wow. So what else in this salad, Jose? These little flowers?
We are going to put the flour, I think, in the end.
Just finish them with this, okay? Right, and how would you like this? Would you like a centre cut?
Yep. Just to show how beautiful it is. Yeah. Look at it. This is what I told you to do for me.
Right.
Look at my shrimp.
A nice slice?
That. Yep,
Yeah.
please. He's doing well, huh?
He's pretty
He
good.
has a very good teacher.
Yeah.
Perfecto. Just there. Look at that.
Okay, let's tidy that up.
Beautiful.
Right.
I think maybe turn over.
On the side?
Yeah, but this is all about cooking with friends.
This is your dish.
Improving? No, how improving? No, improvising.
Improvising.
No? That's it.
Right, a little salad.
Perfecto.
So some of this and then these over the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one. Lovely.
So I like that. You're very good at delegating these days,
Definitely. Always I want to have my own restaurant for that. Yes, this is just apple compote.
So what are we doing with this this little membrillo then?
Easy like that. Very lovely. Some more olive oil. As you know, I love my olive oil. A lovely spoon.
Beautiful.
And here, almost ready with my Wellington, very Spanglish. Some like that.
And that'll be lovely cutting through that, won't it? Very nice.
And as always say, the most beautiful thing is to be with friends and cooking with them. It's a pleasure to cook with you.
Ah, bless you. Right, enough of that. What's it called?
Wellington with mushroom, check nuts, and jamón ibérico.
Triumph.
Happy days.
Happy days. Right, come on, Jose. Here you go, Tamsin. That's your first
Am I first?
treat.
Oh, look at that.
Looks amazing, right?
Looks like a picture.
Very simple. For this time of the year, it's just great. If you want to put vegetarian, no jamón, everyone is going to be happy. And I think the sweetness,
Nice.
they are just going great.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, thanks, man.
Pleasure.
What we have.
That really is incredible.
And it's so simple. Really, really simple.
Right, Ollie, what you got?
We have gone, of course, to Spain. Now, this particular recipe has so many flavours. It's all about savoury, umami flavours in the pie. You've got fruit in there. There is a Spanish wine, of course, that emulates that. And it is a Gran Reserva Rioja. This is Viña del Cura.
Love it.
It's one of those wines that it's ready to drink. It's been aged, it's rich, and it has enough tangy flavour as well to work with salad. I mean, it is an absolute treat for New Year.
No, Ollie, it tastes expensive.
It is £11, so it is a bit of a spend. But this particular winery, they invest, you know, I mean, they spend up to like €3 million a year on barrels, 10 million on their new winery. It's a huge project, and they keep the fruit for so long to get that flavour.
It's so fruity, and look at that. It's just like
yeah.
Very nice.
and
What
definitely
makes you say it's dirty?
So, a fruity wine, young wine, they tend to just taste, you know, of kind of nice, you know, fruity flavours.
Yeah.
But when they age, they just get a bit more earthy. They get a bit more, you know, that's what goes with, richer, and it goes with the mushroom flavours in the dish. So if you think of all those
Definitely.
kind of flavours that you get, it's just a real kind of connection. Yeah.
Good start.
Oh, it's gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. And with the dirty wine,
just make everything together.
I know.
perfect.
I love
And,
that you made your
Freddie
noise.
hasn't even spoken up yet. What have you got for us in a bit?
Well, we've got some ox cheek, and we've got hopefully more filthy wine. I'm hoping.
Well, for you, we've gone quite pure, and now I realise I made a terrible error.
No, it's all right. We can make it filthy. It'll be fine.
There's a theme going.
A little bit of filthy.
Right, time for a festive. That, Rick, I love a stinking bishop, and there's always leftover cheese after Christmas, so I've got the perfect way to use it up. In a cheese fondue is one of my favourites. Usually have it when I go skiing, because it's that kind of thing that just kind of fills you up, keeps you warm, and then weighs you down for the rest of the day. But this is kind of a nice thing to do with kind of all the kind of bits and pieces of cheese. So very simply, I've got a whole kind of range of charcuterie here. I'm going to chop up some veg to dip into it. I've got some cornichons, some little onions, and then I'm going to toss this cheese, a selection of cheese, we'll go through it in just a bit, in a little bit of corn flour, there's some wine in there, and then I'm going to finish that with a bit of white port to thin it out. Do you like a cheese fondue? I'm hoping you do.
I do. I love
Do you?
cheese, generally. A fondue, yeah, it does remind me of skiing. I don't think I've ever had it apart from skiing.
Well, you lucky girl, now you're having it here.
Brilliant.
So, Tamsin, you've gone back into EastEnders. You
Yes.
joined it in January.
Yeah, Yeah, came on screen in January.
And this was after a 16-year break?
A 16-year break from EastEnders, yeah.
Not a 16-year
Wasn't quite
holiday.
sitting on the couch for 16 years, but no. Yeah, so I thought it was about time.
And how was it going back? Because that's an awful long time. And you're going back in the same character as well.
Of course. What was quite weird is that people said, are you going back as Mel? And it was like, well, yeah. Who else would I get back as?
I mean, it's not Dynasty.
No.
I mean, you could rock up with anyone in that show.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just thought, yeah, this is a really good time. And the storylines that they told me about seemed like I was going to have fun with them, which I have been and am.
So when you make that decision,
do
you get to look at the ongoing storyline? Or do they keep it sort of
They keep it quite close to their chest. So they'll tell you about, you know, the projected, what's going to happen in the future, possibly for the next year.
Right.
So I was going to be there for a year.
Okay.
And now I've extended it to be there a bit longer because I'm having such a good time.
And you are really enjoying it.
Yeah. Really
is it the sort of job you can fit in by being a kind of a full-time mum as well?
Well, sometimes you can. When your storylines are absolutely crazy, like they have been recently, they are. You know, I'm juggling everything. I'm juggling seeing them. You know, I'm barely getting time to do anything.
Yeah.
But then you get chunks of time where you're in twice a week, and you think, gosh, this is lovely. It does balance out.
Right.
So you just have to take a deep breath and head into a storyline with complete commitment and know that it will end and you will get some life back.
Right.
But while you're doing it, you get so immersed.
Yeah.
That I suppose at the moment, you know, I'm learning lines very quickly. I'm reading scripts like they're page turners because you want to see what's happening next.
Sure.
And I'm fully immersed in it. But there will come a time where I'll have a bit of time to go to the gym and do a yoga class.
Right. Because I think you, when you thought about going back, you asked your daughter, didn't you?
I did.
And one of the decisions was, well, will I be able to see your...
I said, I don't know whether to go back to EastEnders, and the kids have never watched EastEnders. You know, they'd love it if I went into horrible histories, but...
Of course.
And I said, well, how long would it be for? And I said, it's just for a year at the moment. And my eldest said, well, could you come home every night? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, do it.
There you go. Decision made. How old are they?
10 and 6.
Okay. So it's at the crucial age where they want you around.
They kind of need me around.
Yeah.
So it works. It works with life.
Yeah.
And it's the closest thing I get on television to theatre. And I love theatre.
Well, that was your background, right?
Yeah.
And I read that you like to sort of, every couple of years, you like to dip back into the theatre to keep your sort of...
Yeah, just to keep the juices flowing, remind you why you did it.
Yeah.
Because you don't really train at drama school or wherever you train, or you don't train in television. No one teaches you about multicam. So you don't do a class where there's like 4 cameras around and you stand on this spot. Well, I didn't in my school. So it's all about being on stage. So that's your trade, really.
Tamzin, how old were you when you started training? Were you quite young?
No, I mean, I went to like part-time classes, drama and dance, but I didn't really start till I was 16, and then I went to a full-time college for 3 years.
Wow, that's quite. I think that's quite a young age to sort of go out and branch out. It's 16 to go and kind of do your own thing like that. And know what you want to do.
That sounds really young.
I think to have that confidence to know exactly what you want to do and be single-minded about it. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, but I think if I would have been more intelligent, I'd have been doing A-levels and something else.
I don't know. I think it worked out pretty well.
I think that's fair enough. If I'd been more intelligent, I probably wouldn't have ended up in the kitchen. And I think a lot of people would.
But if you find a passion in something creative, it doesn't necessarily mean you're intelligent in the other ways. But things like doing A-levels, they weren't an option for me.
Yeah.
So, and going to university wasn't an option. The option to me was, I want to go and be in a school like the kids from Fame.
Oh, don't we all? Don't we all?
Look at Ollie, his little face.
Get my leg warmers.
I love it. And the funny thing was, I auditioned for lots of schools because I was convinced I wouldn't get into any.
Yeah.
So I auditioned for lots, and the school that did it for me, that I said yes to, because I did get into a few, but I said yes to this particular one, was because I walked down the stairs into the cafeteria, and Louis Spence was down there.
Right.
And he was on the phone, shouldering his leg, so his leg was up here, whilst eating a sandwich.
Very often how I make a phone call.
So he was eating a sandwich, and his leg was around his ear, and he was on the phone. And there was music playing, and there were people playing drums, and there were people dancing around in the cafeteria. And I went, This is like the kids from Fame.
This is it. This is it.
And there was something about it that just made me go, I really want to go there.
I love it. Absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, and then I suppose I trained in musical theatre for quite a while and then ended up acting.
Before we go on, basically in here, so I have put some wine, some thyme, a bit of garlic. I've chucked the lumps of cheese in, which is just tossed in a bit of corn flour, which is going to thicken it. And then I'm going to let it all down with some white port as soon as it's all melted. Now, tell us, could you let us in on some of the storylines?
Oh, it's going to be quite explosive.
Right.
In a very short time.
OK.
So New Year, as much as I've already done a New Year... Well, Mel's already done a New Year wedding. This is going to be even more explosive because there are 2 other wives before she marries him.
Really? Kind of love this.
I think
Do they work in cahoots to bring him down?
Yes.
I love that.
Well, they try to.
Devious women.
We don't know whether or not he does get brought down, but we do know at this stage that Mel's on a mission, so... It was a great love story at one point in her life, and now she's on a mission to bring him down.
I mean, some of the storylines that in all these soap operas, they're quite dark. I mean, do you end up sort of taking it home with you, or is it a very easy thing to sort of leave at the door, as it were?
I think when you're doing crying scene after crying scene...
You should have enough.
You know, you almost have more comedy in your life when you go home because you have to do the opposite.
Yeah.
So you have to find outlets that are completely nothing to do with any... Like, I don't want anything negative in my life at all. If anyone moans at the moment... Yeah. That's how I kind of feel. I have to be around positivity when I'm doing that at work.
Right. That's fair enough. Okay. And do your kids find it hard to watch you in these things?
They don't watch.
Do they not?
No, no. They saw one episode.
Yes.
But I had a knife in the kitchen. And,
really?
I think it got a bit scary, so no.
Brought back memories. Sorry.
They said it was too realistic, a bit too much like home. A bit too real, Mum. That looks good.
Right, OK, so there's some, just some crudités. There's the ham slicing to dip into that. Let's chop up some bread. And then... So, let's put that on the side. People can chop that up. And then finally, in with the melty cheese. Excuse me.
There was a time when fondue sets were all the rage, wasn't there? Was that the 70s?
What's that?
Fondue sets, when they became very big. Yeah. Everyone was getting them for Christmas.
I love them.
I think if there was a Fame-themed fondue set...
Oh, I'd be there. Can you organise it, please?
It's done. I'm inventing it this afternoon.
Brilliant.
Right, I've got some pink peppercorns over there, some black peppercorns, and that's it. Pretty much dive in, or use these deadly spears. You guys want to come up?
Yeah,
yes, you do, Freddie. Yes. That's the idea.
We don't talk about fame because I'm lost.
Oh.
Tamzin, I cannot wait. I can't wait to tune in. When's the episode going out? When's the big...
So it's from New Year's Eve onwards, New Year's Day onwards. Okay. It's basically explosive in the 5 episodes that I'm in.
Sorry.
I've never done anything like it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I will tune in.
Right.
I chop these up a bit smaller.
Yeah,
whatever you like. Or you could just do some of this. I've already...
Oh, we could do a bit of
bread and cheese.
Going for the...
This is the healthy option.
To put in cheese.
I'd rather eat bread.
We'll never get our leg wings otherwise.
No, we never get our leg wings.
Oh, wow.
Careful, it's going to be hot.
OK.
Really hot.
What will it be making for Tamsin at the end of the show? Will it be her food heaven black cod? If so, I'm going to pan roast black cod fillets that have been marinating in mirin, miso and sake and served with kimchi and mushroom rice, steamed Asian greens and garnished with sesame seeds. Or will it be food hell chocolate orange? So I'm going to fry rum and orange-infused donuts until golden, dust in caster sugar, and then serve them on top of a rich orange custard, hot chocolate sauce, finished with sprinkling of orange zest and icing sugar. And we're not live today, so there's no viewer votes, but you're going to find out what she gets at the end of the show with a bit of festive fun. That, boys, let's hope our chefs were paying attention for our challenge a little bit later. Let's watch this space. Still to come. As it's Christmas time, I finally relented and let Olly take me out for a drink to discover the perfect cocktails for New Year's Eve. It's fun, though, wasn't it?
It was epic.
We had a nice time. Good job we filmed it and documented it. There's still no omelette challenge today. Instead, we're asking the chefs to take on our New Year's Eve party canopy challenge. We've never had a challenge name so catchily. But we've still got puns, and, of course, they had to be inspired by New Year's Eve. Here we go. Will there be fireworks? Ooh. In the kitchen today when Jose and Freddie attempt to make the best party canopy? I hope the countdown doesn't put pressure on them to drop the ball, as I won't be party That's one. To any cheating, even if they do look impressive.
Hey!
Are you cheering it? It's over? Is that what you did? And will Tamzin get her Food Heaven black cod with kimchi and mushroom rice, or her Food Hell rum and orange donuts and hot chocolate sauce? We're going to find out later in the show. OK, let's get on with the cooking. Freddie.
Right.
Come this way. What are we doing?
So we are going to make, this is really designed so you can enjoy yourself on New Year's Eve, put something in the oven and then carry on drinking and partying in a very sophisticated manner, of course. So we've got ox cheeks, and then we've got some Pedro Jimenez, lovely sweet sherry, and then you're going to make me a mash here with lash. I think there's more butter than potato, but that's the perfect ratio. I think my brother always says it's the ability to absorb butter is the thing that he loves best about the potato. I think I'm inclined to agree. So we're going to start off by going to cut these in half, brown them off. So got 2 cheeks there, it's good for 4 portions. So I'm going to take those. Brown those off, leaving all the fat on. I don't understand. Chefs in the kitchen always have this tendency to want to take all the fat off these cheeks. I leave it all on.
Leave it all
so
on.
Soft.
So you're not trimming those of anything?
No, I don't trim anything off. Eat all of it. Waste nothing.
OK.
And enjoy the fat.
When I saw this recipe, I was quite surprised because Pedro Jimenez is very sweet.
It is very sweet, and I'm hoping Olly's got something that's going to cut through that a little bit, something fresh and a bit of spice and all that sort of thing. But I think in the middle of winter, it's just comforting. It's basically mash and. It's what, sorry?
Proper food.
Proper food, yeah. This is a regular. This is on my menu at the moment, actually.
OK.
It'll be on all through December.
Your menus. You've got what? Two places now.
We've got the Lido in Reading, which we opened last year. So that's just turned a year old, and the Lido in Bristol has just turned 10. So, yeah, going well. Yeah, no, it's good. Thank you. I've nearly got a life back.
It's a peculiar setup in the fact that it is a working Lido, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
so while you're eating your dinner or your lunch,
people doing backstroke.
There's people swimming.
Yeah,
next to you.
And people sitting in dressing gowns, people in suits, people in dressing gowns, cheek by jowl, which I actually think it gives it's a lovely feeling. You walk in, you walk past, how many spas do you walk into where you walk past the kitchen and there's fish cooking over the fire, or
none spas, none, just yours.
That's it. And it's not, we're not a health spa in any way, shape or form. It's somewhere to, as you can tell by the amount of butter,
butter and pig fat you use.
Yeah, but I think it's, well-being is measured in different ways, isn't it? And I think somewhere to escape, somewhere to relax. It's just as important. You don't come, you come and indulge, don't you? You don't come to. I can't imagine going off and spending hundreds of pounds somewhere and being given lettuce leaves. And I don't think it's really your thing, is it? No, not really. To be honest, I quite like the rubbing bit. That's quite nice. But after that, I'm all right. So we're going to turn these over. Do you know what? We're going to do this in slightly fake time because to do this properly, you want to get these lovely, even sort of golden colour all over. We're going to take those out now. Pop them into. What do you pop them into? Pop them into that there. And then, well, I've got this weird hand that sort of hangs around like that. I try and get rid of it sometimes.
So lots of butter.
Lots of butter.
Lots of cream in this, yeah?
OK, in goes that mirepoix. If I thought about it, I'd say let's chuck another pig's trotter in here as well. But yes, if you've spent a bit of time getting your stock... getting your stock lovely and rich and gelatinous. So I'll make that, put a stock on, plenty of chicken carcasses, a few pig's trotters in there, and that gives it a lovely sort of viscosity. Right. You want something that's going to coat over that ox cheek. You don't want a runny sauce that sort of spills around the plate. You want something. You don't want Marmite, but you want something lovely and
protein consistency.
So sweat this down. I'm going to put a bit of garlic in there as well.
So you don't run a sort of Christmas menu as such, do you? You run.
No. Yeah, so we say turkey, not turkey. We do a lot of Middle Eastern as well, so... if you like that. OK. Oh, dear.
So, when you're not working in the kitchen, what's your idea of a big party? What would you do?
So spend as much time eating and drinking and as little time cooking. I mean, our kitchen is designed around, you know, it's around an island, and you can.
Is this your domestic kitchen at home?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's everything is around the stove. So I can cook and still hang out and be with my friends. I can think of nothing worse than having to cook in another room while everyone else is next door. But at the same time, you know, I think everyone ends up, you all end up standing around the counter, don't you, and hanging out and whatnot.
Which can be nice, or it can be deeply annoying, I think.
Yeah, it can, unless that counter is covered in food and booze, in which case it's lovely. If it's a big enough counter.
Right, I'm going to swap these over.
But yeah, it would be to, you know, lots of fizz and lots of shellfish and oysters and fun stuff. I think if you're gonna party, fun food, yeah, proper fun food.
No, talking of fun food, you a bit earlier in the year you went to New York.
I did.
You cooked in Times Square.
I did, halfway up a skyscraper over a fire, which was quite fun.
That sounds safe.
It was, yeah, it was wonderful. It was a howling gale, but it was a New York food film festival. Yeah. Which I kind of went out. A friend of mine, she'd done a film, and it was nominated for an award. They said, well, bring Freddie out, seeing as he's cooking in it. Yeah. And then they wrote me into cooking halfway up a skyscraper, and then. But then
the film actually won.
The film won, and apparently there was a competition for chefs as well, and I won that as well.
You're so modest.
That's it. I know. you were setting me up for that.
Yeah, it was.
Right. So we've caramelised that, blah blah blah. Imagine, and then reduced that Pedro Jimenez right down.
Okay.
And then we're going. Do you know what? I haven't really thought this through, because the cheeks need to go in there. Like to strain the sauce over the cheeks. So what we're going to do...
Freddie, people are tuning in because you have thought this through. That's exactly why people are at home watching this morning.
Well, I thought it through so well that what you can do is you could always, if you could fit this pot in the oven, braise it in that. It's going to make no difference to the container.
See how I snatched that back?
There we go.
You did brilliantly,
I mean, so I've reduced this by about half, let's imagine. And then we're going to strain that through there, over those cheeks. There we go. Just covering.
Okay, so you're not actually braising it with the veg at all?
No. You've already made a rich, lovely stock. That's full of veg anyway. Okay. Then you've caramelised that. You've got that sweetness. That whole process there is going to probably take about an hour. Okay. To get that lovely, you're going to get all that flavour out, and then you're going to be left with this lovely, glossy, viscous sauce that you pour over your cheeks. Then you gently braise in that.
So how long does this go in the oven for?
This is going to go in the oven for about 2.5, 3 hours, about 160. Okay. I'm going to just bung that in there to strain out the rest of that juice. Get rid of that. There we go, and then we can get that one in the oven. So, a nice tight seal on that lid. So, if you had a bit of a loose lid, stick a bit of paper over there to stop it evaporating. Yep. And obviously this would be much more sort of viscous and glossy. But it's not now. On that goes.
I never did the chicken before like that.
You've never done what, sorry?
I never, you know, always I put everything together straight in the oven.
I'm not really much sure. It's that thing about hating to pick everything out at the end. I want the dishes to be ready. I think I'm impatient. Thank you, Matt. Lovely. Okay, so that's done there. And then hopefully a little bit of salt in there for the kale.
Salt.
Where's the salt? There it is.
And how fine do you want these chives?
Lovely and fine.
Super fine.
Do you know what? I don't really mind. It's that thing, if I'm eating a chive, I kind of want to know I'm eating a chive. I think it's really sort of fussy, sort of poncy like that. That's super poncy.
I've done it super fine.
It's lovely. It's lovely. But I like eating, you know, a chive's a chive. Don't hide it. Don't quite get it.
Chives in disguise.
Chives in disguise. That's it. Now, right, we're going to serve it. We're going to serve it on this. This is chaotic, isn't it? I'm very sorry.
It's you.
It is. It's me. And do you know what? This is what it's like all the time. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I do this for a living. And I seem to just about manage to do it.
Which is why we also feel so very sorry for your wife. Your lovely wife.
I think she likes the fact that I do it for a living because I'm never at home.
You're never there. Yeah.
That's what works well. But like I said, this is you know, the sort of thing for, especially over Christmas, when you're constantly entertaining people and got people around. I think it's the idea of having things that you can get ahead on, so that you don't make the mess that I make every day that I cook. You know, the 15 pans. This is something you can get ahead on really easily.
It's a little insight into your head.
Into my head. Okay, so strain this out into that. There we go. Did you save any butter, or is it all gone?
No, I've used it all. Chef.
Lovely. That's the perfect mash then. So
It was just about to split.
it was only half a pound of butter in that. I've split mashed potato. I think it's a source of pride for me, I think. It's how I stay so lovely and svelte. Right, a little bit of that. There we go. Bit of that on there. I love kale. Do you know, as much as I love the fat and the butter, greens, I'm an addict for bitter and mustardy flavours and all that sort of thing. And winter's so good for it. There we go. Let's put a cheek. And the other thing is, you know what, this feels rich and indulgent, but also at this time of year, it's actually quite a frugal dish to make. It's not something that's going to cost you loads of money, but it does feel quite special.
It looks amazing.
It is. It's delicious. I mean, this is one of my favourite things to eat. There we go. And loads of sauce. Don't run away yet. You know those chives you beautifully cut? They're going to go on there as well.
You're not going to use them.
There we go. I have to tell people they're chives because they won't be able to tell.
Right. You happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Brilliant.
Right.
Remind us what that's called.
So that's ox cheeks braised in Pedro Jimenez, mashed potato, kale, and some lovely chives.
Chaos.
Chaos.
OK, come on, Fred. Let's go. This looks amazing.
It absolutely looks
I've just tasted a bit of the sauce. It's divine.
Yeah.
So, amongst all the madness, there's actually a little bit of genius.
I think cooking in chaos is the way to do it.
Well, aren't you lucky? Wasn't that the only way I know?
It's the only way I know. I never follow a recipe. I just chuck things in. Oh, look at that.
Jose, dive in.
Yeah,
Please
definitely.
do. Can you talk to me about pig's trotter? I've never had it.
Pig's trotter. I use them. I'm never one for faffing about trying to cut them up and be very clever with them, like lots of chefs. But I use it for its. I use it for stock. I use it to get that viscosity, that stickiness that you're getting now. That's all from the fat of the cheek, and that's from all the gelatin in the pig's trotter.
I need to do the food dance for that.
Is that the food dance? Little shuffle, little bum shuffle.
That is delicious.
It's almost got a barbecue taste to it. That
sweetness.
The sweetness coming from the PX, Pedro Jimenez wine.
It's really good, isn't it?
Doesn't taste fattening at all.
No.
It's very low in
It tastes so
carbs.
light.
The food dance might turn into truffle shuffle at some point.
Well, Spain, of course. It's Pedro Jimenez. So we had a very rich, savoury wine earlier on that was quite light on its feet. But this one is Villa Belinda. It's from a pretty new denomination called Ucles. It's a blend of Tempranillo, Syrah. Yeah, you're doing your happy noise again. Isn't it something? It's only $7.99. And I think this is going to go so far up in price in the years to come because it's a new area. Do you?
The first one.
You prefer that from that classic? Wow.
It's cleaner, it's less dirty.
Yeah, it's less dirty. It's all about the fruit.
Really are joining in, aren't you?
So it's
Trying to get a job on it. I can cook.
Can you present?
And he'd love to do panto.
I would love to do panto. The genie in the wine bottle. I'm amazed nobody's asked me. I'd be delighted.
I can't believe you haven't done panto.
Slap my thigh and climb my vine stalk.
Panto?
Pantomime is a British tradition.
Okay.
Yeah, every year.
Do you like that? That's amazing. Oh, a perfect match as well, I reckon.
Seriously.
This is delicious.
It's got enough sweetness to it, spice, acidity, everything.
It's time now for a perfect feast. Nigel, I think we'll all be needing those recipes come Tuesday morning. Now, as we're not live today, there's no phone-in, so we headed out to Winterville in London to get some foodie questions. First up, we got Claudia.
Hi guys, I was just wondering what would be the best fizz to buy for my New Year's Eve party?
Best fizz, Olly Smith.
That is a great question. I would say, Claudia, if you're looking for great value for money, Crémol from France is fizz that's made outside of the traditional Champagne region. Fantastic quality, it's really good. But I would buy homegrown. I would go English. And there's a vineyard called Hambledon, who I think are off the chart in Hampshire. They'd be fantastic.
Yeah? Yeah,
real treats. I mean, it's a bit of a spend, but it's lovely.
OK, now we've got Tom.
Hi, chefs. How do I improve my leftover turkey sandwiches?
Tom looked like an action man. I had an action man figure like that. How do you improve turkey sandwiches? What would you do, Fred?
Take the turkey out.
OK, that's helpful. How else? How would we pimp up a turkey sandwich? I'd say that wasn't my normal drinking kind of behaviour. It was fun, though.
Well, I enjoyed singing Matt Tebbutt, He Flies Tebbutt Airways, because he used to be a pilot.
Hey?
He used to be a pilot, that's why I sang it.
Of sorts, Ollie. Anyway, so you very kindly...
It's true.
You very kindly got me a lovely present.
Yes?
I now have a present for you.
Oh, you didn't?
Yes, I did.
So sweet.
Thank you very much.
I did. I purposely didn't write on the bag so you can recycle it.
That's really kind of you, thank you.
Because I never like... Anyway, have a look at it. Be careful.
Goodness gracious
it's
me,
breakable.
Matt, this looks absolutely splendid. Will it bite?
Hey, be careful.
Look
it's
at
for your
this!
cocktail!
Thank you so much. I feel like...
I saw it. I thought of you. I don't know why.
I can't imagine. I feel I've won. I just feel like I've won. I'd like to thank, etc., etc. Look at that, it's like a trophy.
Nobody needs a speech.
Right.
Right, anyway, enjoy.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate
Think
that.
of me every time you have a slurp.
I always do.
Okay, so look, there's no omelette challenge this week, so we thought we'd set you a task of making canapes. Freddie, show me your big hands. Are they canapé making hands?
They are canapé making hands.
No, under this cloth we've got a whole array of ingredients. You've got 60 seconds to create either one jaw-dropping canapé, or you could do a whole array in 60 seconds. Are you up for this?
No.
Well, that's the spirit. That's what we like. Really get behind it. Tamsin, you're gonna.
I'll judge it, yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna judge.
I'm going to eat again.
Are you ready?
Wait.
Yeah, you have got to eat. What's that?
It's a fiver.
Is that all you've got?
That's all I've got. I'm from Bristol.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Okay,
Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this. Oh. Right, are you ready?
No.
No.
3, 2, 1, go.
We're ready.
You are doing it.
Ah, okay.
Whatever you like.
Oh my gosh.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
60 seconds? That's not very long at all. What are we going to do? I'm just going to copy you and make it nice and
No, Freddie. You have to have your own thoughts.
I have my own thoughts, have I? We have a bit of Dylan, creme fraiche and God knows what we did. There we go. I like this treble. Prawns and what?
One each.
One each. No, we've got to do more than one each. You've got to do a few, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've got, look at that. He's copying me, so I'm going to copy him.
I copy you.
Hang on. They're doing exactly
You
the
got
same.
30 seconds.
Well, funny enough, we've got the same ingredients.
So surely they'll taste the same.
Sorry?
They'll taste.
Exactly.
You've managed to make one so far. 15 seconds.
What have we got? Here we go.
Most original, most delicious and weird.
Go olive.
5,
Go grape and cream cheese.
3,
Brie and
2,
grape.
1, stop.
That's the worst selection of items on a plate.
Freddie, don't be so rude. That is your typical canapé selection.
I'd love to have done that.
I think you'd find.
A cucumber.
You could have done something. You could have done something creative and clever with that. Right. Pass them over.
No, I just taking him because they
you help me?
his are better than mine.
So is this Jose?
So we'll try that first.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
I have to say, I think 9 was probably quite optimistic.
And that is Freddie.
Enjoy my seasonal tomato.
They're quite similar, aren't they?
They're very similar.
Because
just
we
different
are
ratio of
alma
salmon.
gemela. I don't know how you say that, but yeah.
Yeah, this is
Simplest of canapes.
largely because Freddie was copying.
Oh, that hurts.
Is this the first time you've done this?
Sorry?
Is this the first time?
Made
you've ever
canapes.
copied? Yes.
You don't copy, you just recreate.
You recreate.
Yeah.
This is about the 4th or 5th time I've copied Jose. Got every book.
Okay, so Tamsin, who's got the tastiest canapé?
Well,
Who do you want at your canapé
well,
party?
I love both of those, but there was something about the mozzarella introduction.
So Tamsin, hand it over to Fred.
Right, well done. Congratulations. So,
Look at that, Fred. It's a beautiful thing you can treasure. Every time you look at it, you can think of us. So will Tamsin get her food heaven black cod with kimchi and mushroom rice, or her food hell rum and orange donuts and hot chocolate sauce? Right, thanks for that, Nigella. Very devilish indeed. Time to find out whether Tamsin is getting her food heaven or food hell. So food heaven, Tamsin, was black cod and miso and soy and a kind of Asian fusion business.
Yes.
Hell was chocolate and orange. That's a strange combination.
For me, it is.
For you, no one else. Now, there was no public vote today, so Tamsin's fate will be sealed by choosing one of our Saturday Kitchen cocktail shakers and pouring out a heavenly or hellish drink. Heaven is going to be blue, hell is going to be red for, like, fire and things like that, I think. Right, so should we do this?
Yes.
Go on, Em. Choose one and pour one.
OK.
Right, whoa. Which one do you want it to be? Is that what you're choosing?
Yes.
OK, so that's your choice.
Yeah.
Let's pour it then.
Surely I've got to taste it
Just
first.
making this very clear for everyone at home.
Does everyone know that it has to be tasted first? You can't just pour it and go, oh,
No, it doesn't need to be tasted. It needs to be blue or red.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought I had to taste
Ah, you got heaven.
Yes!
You see how this is working
I've just got it. I thought this was a cocktail I needed to taste.
Pour the other one.
Guess if it's blue
Just to show everyone that we're...
But, you know, it's not both blue.
Exactly.
I've got it.
There you go. Right, come on in. We're going to go cook some black cod.
Black cod.
OK, do you want to bring your drink?
Is that mine?
I don't know what's in it. Yeah, bring it along. Bring the red one and drink that as well.
I might have the red one.
I'll have the blue.
You have the blue.
Okay, so black cod. Nice sustainable fish. Right, could you do the rice for me?
Absolutely.
So we need, if you could saute these little mushrooms off, throw in the rice, throw in the kimchi. We've got some Korean chili paste there. It's really nice and spicy. And then finish with some sesame seeds and some spring onions. Freddie, you're going to do your best on the veg.
Do my best, thank you.
Your very best. With some garlic, some ginger, some dark soy, some light soy, and Chinese lettuce and the... Right, I'm going to get on with this.
Turns out, hell tastes
look after
delicious.
my pan because
Does it?
Yes, tastes like cranberries and
Look
vodka
up
to
the
me.
pan.
very
Got
nice.
to pull it off when it's...
Is there much alcohol in there?
There is a little bit, yeah.
So what is it about Asian fusion?
Oh, it's because I can't cook it or I don't attempt to cook it.
Right.
So it's the only thing that I would never try, that I would go out to. It's like Italian. Most things I would attempt to cook.
Yeah.
But I would never attempt... I did try black cod once, and it was OK. It was just a bit watery.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily try sushi. I wouldn't try to cook it or slice it even.
Very sustainable fish, I've learned.
What cod is?
Black cod.
Good. Well, then
Particularly.
I'm also helping the environment.
Well, there you are.
So I've got a question. How do you think your taste in food differs from your character in EastEnders, Mel?
Oh, gosh, you don't...
What sort of question is that?
It's a
think it's
very good
interesting.
question, Ollie.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was intrigued.
I'm not sure what Mel eats. She goes to Ian's restaurant quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think she basically eats toast in the morning in the kitchen.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember when I've eaten in the show.
Yes.
Or the curry house she's been to a few times. Basically, my taste in food is everything, and Mel's is toast and curry.
Ever at the same time? Curry on toast?
No.
It's not a thing, really, is
No.
it? No.
But the props guys at my work do know that when we're doing a scene with food,
You're
don't
likely
take
to eat
it away.
Don't take it. So, which is actually what I really want to know is what's the catering like on set at EastEnders?
Well, we eat in the cafeterias or we bring our own food in, but when the props guys do make food for... It's actually really nice.
Is it?
In the calf, I'll always ask for a bit of extra bacon or a sausage.
Oh, nice. So is there a speciality? I mean, is there a dish that, you know, is like the go-to dish?
In EastEnders?
Yeah.
No, I think it's mainly the calf, so it's like a English breakfast.
There's proper fry-up?
Yeah.
Love it.
And I always read it and go, Mel's eating in the calf, and think, yes.
How's your cocktail?
Oh, forgot about it.
Right, so in this pan here, well, I've got the cod first of all, so I'm just starting it off, get a bit of colour. So that's going to go in the oven now to finish off for about sort of 6 to 8 minutes.
It's quick, this, isn't it?
It's what?
A quick dish to
Yeah,
make.
it is. I mean, it takes a couple of days to marinate. Let's sort of rewind. So in here, so I've got the miso, I've got some sake and some mirin and some sugar, and you kind of mix that all together, and then let that cool. When it's cool, you get your cod and you
Marinade.
just slide it in there. Now for 2 days, and then it'll take on all those kind of flavours, and you'll get that beautiful, you know, that black kind of caramelised appearance.
Yeah.
Well, that's what.
That's the thing I always think you need a little torch for.
Well, you could cook it sort of skin side or flesh side down, and then you'll get that nice
in the pan.
cook up. Hopefully,
OK.
When I turn that over, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm meant to be looking after this pan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
It's OK.
Lovely.
Right. So, Jose...
Come here, I'm looking for chef. See on?
You what?
See, it's on.
So, Jose, you're doing the rice.
Yeah.
So we got kimchi, we got Korean paste. We need all this kimchi, Jose.
All of that?
All the kimchi. Sorry, Fred. So all that in there, and the
All that in
juice.
there?
Here's the herb.
Oh, OK, hang on, you haven't used all the rice, so let's go half of that
I told you.
in there. Freddie, you're sautéing some garlic, some ginger,
we've got some Chinese
greens. Let's have the bok choy in there as well.
This?
Yeah, just make it nice and spicy.
Yeah, amazing.
There we go.
I mean, I have to say, I kind of get you. I'm with you on this. It's always my go-to food.
Is it?
It's always Asian because generally it's a certain discipline, I think, to cook it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't you think? You have got to have a lot of ingredients. You've got to be
Yeah.
kind of knowing exactly what you're doing. Yes, exactly.
I'm right with you. If you're going out, you want to eat something that you wouldn't cook at home. Yeah, every day.
But when you go to a restaurant and watch a sushi chef, there is something that is completely artistic about it.
It's quite therapeutic. Just sit back and watch.
And do you ever do that? Do you ever like slice a salmon and?
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, nowhere near like those boys do. My daughter's got very much into sushi and stuff like that, and it's great. And then she makes rolls up her own, and she makes it, and it's great fun. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. So everyone's actually doing something except me, which is the way I like it.
There we go.
At this time of year. Right. Are we putting the rest of those in? I think maybe we should use them all.
Oh, use them all?
Not quite.
That's why they're there.
That's fine. Right, let's move that aside.
So, Tamsin, sorry, what about drinks? Do you like sake if you go out?
I love sake. Is it sake? Hot, always hot.
Why?
Because I probably wouldn't have it in the summer.
Oh, really?
And so I see it as a wintry thing.
Yeah.
So there's a little place I go to in Soho that's like a little Japanese round the back.
Yeah.
And I always ask for a hot sake with my sushi.
Right.
And it's because there's something about it that feels like it warms you. Probably doesn't, it's just alcohol.
Right.
But I wouldn't necessarily have a cold sake because I don't really understand the...
I know. What is the etiquette between hot and...
It depends on the fineness. So Junmai Daiginjo sake, which is really fine and light and ethereal.
Say that again.
Is it called
Junmai
sake?
Daiginjo sake.
Yeah.
You would have chilled because it's more delicate, and the kind of the coarser ones you would have served warm.
But see, that doesn't make sense to me, because I would have thought by chilling things, you're masking flavours.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, but I think with these ones, it's the degree of polishing the rice. So once they polish the rice, it's all about purity. So a little bit of chilling it down actually enhances that.
Right.
Delicious.
OK.
Yeah.
Right, how you doing, boys? Thank you very much.
Doing great, mate.
All right, let's go back to the 90s with this dish.
Nothing wrong with the 90s.
Nothing wrong, my dear.
OK, so cod should be just about ready. Oop, nearly lost it. OK, so you can just tell it's cooked. There's a small skewer or a knife just runs through it. That's good. We're good to go.
Just looks so yummy.
You could stand there and watch me, or maybe you could plate up. That would be...
We just stand and
We
watch.
just want to see you work, do some work, really.
Do you always take the skin off?
I do. Yes, I don't really want to be eating that. If it's nice and crispy,
Yeah, then you eat it.
then great. If it's not, I wouldn't.
Matt will be very upset if you do that.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Matt, that looks sensational.
Right, let's have a spoon.
I do like your happy noise, Matt, when you go, ooh. I know you like a wine when you make that noise.
It's just, I mean, some things you can't describe with words.
Absolutely.
Right. OK, Tamsin, don't be shy. Come on over.
And tuck in already?
Looking so yummy.
Oh, that's...
Right, there you go.
Yeah, that's dreamy.
Try some of your...
I'll take that off. Thank
Try
you.
the black cod. See what you think.
Okay,
Right, Ollie, what do you match?
Well, with this,
all these flavours.
Here you go, have a glass. Tamsin, would you like a...
Thank you, dear.
Oh, thank you. You could absolutely pair a sake, and I love sake. It's tremendous. But if you would like to pair a wine, Gewürztraminer from South Africa. This is Paul Kluver's. It's $11.99 in Waitrose. Really fragrant. It picks up on all of the...
That's nice.
You did the oof.
I'm doing it again, aren't I?
Noise. But it is a sensational glass of wine. It really is. It's very, very fragrant wine, but it's light on its feet. Elgin, where it comes from, is a very cool climate for South Africa. It's by the coast. Bit of a scrumptious wine, that.
Yeah. How's your cod?
I guess he's happy.
Do you like it?
Lovely.
Really?
It needs a different type of food dance, this one.
Really? how would you describe it in dance?
I would describe it as a very slow hula.
Oh! I think that's a dance I'd like to learn.
Of course it is.
Slow hula. Love it, yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, cheers. Have a lovely New Year, everyone. And that's all from us today on Saturday Kitchen. Thanks to all our studio guests, Jose, Freddie, Tamsin, and, of course, Ollie. All the recipes from the show are on the website, bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. Happy New Year, everyone. Have a good one.
Happy New Year.